My name is Jennifer French, and I am coming to you from the Yoga Sanctuary in downtown Punta Gorda, Florida. And today I am here to talk to you a little bit about meditation and to guide you through a short meditation practice. So, what is meditation? It can be defined in so many different ways, and there are so many different techniques. There's lots of ways of exploring meditation. But for today's practice and today's lesson, really we're going to look at the simplest form of meditation. And it's about quieting not so much our thoughts, right? So a lot of times people will say, oh, I'm not great at meditation because my mind is always thinking, right? That's what our mind is meant to do. That's what our brain is meant to do, think. Sometimes I tease and say, too bad it didn't do that more often for some folks, right? So, but all kidding aside, what we're looking for in our meditation is a little bit of calmness, or perhaps a little bit of space between our thoughts. So here in Southwest Florida, I like to use this example. For me, my meditation practice is like the eye of a hurricane. Right in the middle of the storm, there's winds, there's rain, everything's moving really fast, but right in the eye of that storm, it's still and it's quiet and it's calm. So I think about that in my own meditation practice. Can I find a sense of steadiness and ease and calmness while the world is whirling around me, while all of these things are happening that are out of our control? And we could probably feel that really clearly right now, this year, 2020, more than, gosh, any year that I can think of before. So let's try a little short practice. It's easier to experience than to talk about, and I'm hoping that you're going to feel that too. So before we get started, I'm pointing out a couple of things that we might use. You see me sitting on the ground here, and that's not always comfortable for people to do. So that doesn't mean that you have to do it and be uncomfortable sitting on the ground. I've got a chair. Right, so you can use a chair. This just happens to be a hardback metal chair. If you've got a cozy chair, a favorite chair at home, find that chair and sit on it. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to sit on the floor. However, if you do sit on the floor, I like to use a bunch of props. I'll use a blanket. I'll open it up nice and wide because I want my feet to be comfortable. You'll see that in a moment. And then once that blanket is open wide, we can bring a cushion. I have a bolster. You might have a couple other blankets or pillow or something else that you want to sit on. And then you come to sit on that blanket, that bolster, and see how my feet are then supported by the blanket beneath me. So we're looking for comfort and ease. Now, if I had an achy back, I might move this whole setup to the wall behind me and sit with my back against the wall. Really, what I'm saying is there is no right way or only way to sit. You want to find the posture and the way of sitting that suits you best. So I know some people that kneel as well, right? So there's no right or wrong here. Once you've found your own seat, I want to give you a moment to shift around, maybe find your way onto your favorite chair. It could be a dining room chair. It could be your sofa. It could be a recliner. Again, there's no right or wrong. All right, so once you're there, then come to place your hands on your legs. Now, not much else is going to happen here in this video, so you might just close your eyes and listen. Now, with your eyes closed, feel where it is that your body is touching the support you are using. Become aware of those points of contact. And as you feel those points of contact, you might settle into them a little bit more. And then start to feel a little bit of lift come to your spine. Try not to harden your spine, but just lift upward lightly. And as you feel that lift come to your spine, maybe then you can lift the very base of your skull upward, as though you want to slide the back of your skull up a wall, or as though you're pulling an antenna up from the base of your skull. Relax now the muscles of your face. Soften the hinge of your jaw. Soften your shoulders. Soften your breath. Your breath moves naturally. We're not doing anything fancy here. But you might start to feel where your breath is moving in your body. Maybe your belly expands and contracts. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, you might soon notice that thoughts arise. Maybe you hear sounds in the distance. Notice when the thought arises, notice the sound, and then leave it there. And bring your awareness to the natural movement of your breath. And try to feel your breath drawing in through the nose, moving into your body, and then releasing out the body over and over again. In our meditation practice, we're training our mind to focus on one particular thing. Today, it's our breath. So now you might notice the coolness or the warmth of your breath. Maybe there's a sound associated with your breath. Maybe you notice that your breath has changed since we first came to sit. Perhaps you're feeling your spine beginning to slouch. Try to lift tall once again and return to your breath. Each time your thoughts wander, simply observe, notice that thought, and come back to your breath. And you can stay just as you are for as long as feels right to you. Otherwise, let your hands slowly come together in front of your heart. Let your head now make a small bow forward, bringing together hand, head, and heart, body, mind, and spirit. And let your head lift, your eyes float open, and your hands release down. So from here, if you're sitting in a cross-legged seat, you'll want to uncross your legs and wiggle your toes a little bit. You're here for about maybe 5 minutes or so. So if you're feeling a little cool in your toes, I wouldn't be surprised. But know that this practice, simple as it is, can be quite powerful as we just quiet our mind, or again, it's not so much quieting the mind, it's quieting our body so that we can notice and recognize the busyness of our mind. And then look for that space, right? Those moments of stillness or the eye of the storm. We're going to be drawn to our thoughts over and over again, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that is the practice. Each time you're drawn away and you come back, you're exercising that meditation muscle, right? You're pulled away and then you pull back to the moment, to the breath, over and over again. It's sort of like exercising your bicep. You have to do it, right, to really get proficient or stronger in your bicep. So over time it becomes a little bit easier. So don't worry if you found like it was a struggle this first time for you. I hope that you come back to this video again and again, and then extend the time of quietness for yourself, and hopefully you'll find the benefits in your life. Thanks so much. If you have any questions or you'd like to learn more about this, please do reach out to us at the Yoga Sanctuary right in downtown Punta Gorda.